How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves some interesting news. First things first, ladies and gents, we are going to be seeing the new update and the epilogue, the final piece of the DLC, I guess some people are calling it the third DLC. I don't really know if that's the right way to put it, but basically, the final story for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is coming out tomorrow. So today is the 10th, and I'm recording this on the 10th, but the actual thingy is coming out tomorrow, and here is a nice little breakdown for the time frames. You guys can pause the video right here. This is specifically when they're coming out, so I'm going to explain this video when the time is for you in your region of the world, and of course, we're also going to talk about how do you actually gain access to this story. So, let's get started from the beginning here. Mochi. Now, this is going to be, of course, the epilogue, the Mochi epilogue of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which will be available tomorrow. Shout out to PokeOS, by the way, or Makio and J Roses for sharing. But it's going to be out on January 11th at 2 p.m. UTC. So, if your time zone is UTC, then it's going to be at 2 p.m. This would really seem to be the end of Scarlet and Violet's journey. Do you think that during Pokemon Day next month, there will already be a big announcement about the future of the series? Yes, I think we're going to see a big new game, We're going to see new games announced on the 27th, because we're done with Scarlet and Violet. This is the last piece of Scarlet and Violet. If you don't know what this is, quick explanation. Basically, this is going to be a final patch. It's a final story thing. Well, it's not even a patch. It's a final story part that's going to be happening. You can kind of call it almost like the third DLC of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, right? Now, to actually do this DLC, to do this like actual epilogue, to do this mission, there is something important you need to keep in mind. I think you may need to complete the Kitakami and also the Indigo Disc main stories. I think you may need to complete those. After you've done those with like Terrapagos, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. After you've done all that sort of stuff, that's when you can gain access to this, because up until that point, it will not be doable. Now, to actually do this mission, you're going to have to go in-game. So this is one of those things which is going to be a little bit complicated, but I'm going to talk about that part second. First of all, what time is it going to be out for different people? Well, first things first, here are the time frames. The standard time is going to come out is going to be UTC, January 11th at 2 p.m., right? That's when it's going to be coming out. Now, if you're in California, that's going to be at 6 a.m. for you, right? If you're in California, January 11th at 6 a.m., so it's going to be early morning for Americans. Washington, D.C., it's 9 a.m., so you guys can kind of correlate the times there, you know, for where you are in the, you know, in the world and so on and so forth. But yeah, you've got those two. So then for Brazil, it's going to be at 11 a.m. For specifically, I guess, the UK and Portugal, because they're 1 hour behind the most Central European countries. It's going to be at 2 p.m. for you guys. So it's going to be during the day, right? 2 p.m. during the day. As for the rest of us in Europe, so Italy, Spain, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Bosnia, Croatia, whatever, for all of us in the middle, and I guess Sweden too, and Denmark, and for us, basically, it's going to be at 3 p.m., right? As for India, though, it's going to be 7:30 p.m. for anybody in India, so I guess that would include some other countries. I would assume Bangladesh would probably be the same there in that regard. I could be wrong, but a few countries should be included in that. You got Japan, is going to be 11 p.m., so there you go. And, of course, if you are in Australia, and I guess in New Zealand, it might be an hour earlier or an hour after. I'm not really sure. You guys will probably know it better if you live there. But for Australians, it's going to be at around 1 a.m. So that pretty much summarizes the time zone there. It's pretty straightforward. It's not too complicated to understand. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Now, like I said, how do you actually gain access to this? Well, like I said, number one, make sure you've completed the actual DLC. So make sure you've done DLC 1 and DLC 2. Make sure you've completed them, because otherwise, I don't think you're going to be able to gain access to it. Now, the reason I say this is because this event, I've kind of already played it, because I'm going to play it again, but I kind of already played it because they messed up and they kept this event in the game. It's already available in the game, but the item that's needed to unlock it, and this is how you're going to be able to do this, the item that's needed for it, it's not available yet, and that's what's going to be given out tomorrow. The item is going to be given out to us. Now, the question, of course, is, how do you get this item? Well, if you go into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, right, if we go into the game, and we're here, so what we really got to do is go into our Poke Portal, right? Make sure we go into Poke Portal, and what we're going to do is just enter it. So here we go, Poke Portal. Here we go. Let's go into it. So once you enter Poke Portal, you got to make sure you go online. So you're going to probably need, I'm gonna make the assumption here, you're going to need to have Nintendo Switch Online, otherwise this is not going to work. So just an FYI. And of course, you're going to need a DLC as well. Otherwise, I don't really think there's any way of you doing it, as far as I'm aware. But basically, what you're going to go to do is just make sure you go online. So we're going to do that real quick. And then go to Mystery Gift, and then just go online, right? And there's going to be an item that's going to be given to you. So we're going to look up, like, that item. So here we go. So the item that you're looking for, and okay, I ran out of membership. Goddamn, so I might need to buy more. Damn, that's actually that's really horrible. But basically what you gotta go and do is go to the mystery gift and then do the connect to internet or, you know, search on the internet option. Because there's not gonna be any code most likely. If there is a code, I'll make a video. But given the fact that they haven't announced a code just yet, that probably means that there's not a code you need. Instead, you're probably just going to go into the mystery gift section, go online in the game, and then get yourself, like, search through the internet version, and you're going to be able to get your hands on it. So that's pretty much all you're going to have to do in that regard. As for the item that you're going to need, though, that's going to be like a little berry. It's like a mythical P.E.K.K.A. berry, I think is what it's called. I'm going to actually search up an image so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. P.E.K.K.A. berry. That's like basically what you need. It's a mythical P.E.K.K.A. berry. That's what it's called. So here we go. Gonna show you guys on screen here what that looks like. If we just go quickly over to, of course, this page, I'm gonna search that up, and there it is. This is the item you're looking for. This is gonna be the item. It's gonna be the mythical P.E.K.K.A. berry. If we go over to Bulbapedia, this is the item. So yeah, it's going to be the mythical P.E.K.K.A. berry. The mythical P.E.K.K.A. berry is an unreleased key item included in the Pokemon in the data of the game Indigo Disc. It is not legitimately available in any game. It starts the Mochi mayhem by interacting with Mochi in Peaches at Mosui Town at Kitakami. It's an associated event that was announced on December 20th, 2023, and is planned to release on the January 11th. So yes, this is going to be out then. And the description of it is a P.E.K.K.A. berry of the highest quality. It is said that the P.E.K.K.A. berry tree, carefully tended by an expert gardener, will produce just one of these berries every few years. And yes, the mythical P.E.K.K.A. berry grants the player access to the Indigo Disc epilogue in Kitakami. So yes, you will, number one, you will need, okay? You will need to make sure that you have your hands on, and I just crashed the whole website. You're going to make sure, you're going to need to make sure that you have your hands on the actual P.E.K.K.A. berry to do this, and make sure you have your hands on everything else, right? You got to make sure you've done the story of the DLCs, like make sure you've done both of those. Just make sure you've done everything, okay? That's the number one and most important thing. And then what you got to do next is, if you've actually gotten the item by going to the mystery gift and everything, if you've done that, and we go back here, so actually there, you guys can see what it looks like. So if we go here, get via internet, right? So I don't even think you need Nintendo Switch Online, but you can just go here, get via internet, click that, and that should be able to give it to you. You might need, you know, Switch Online. I'm not really sure. Sometimes it forces me to get it, but in this case, I don't really know what's going to happen here. But nonetheless, though, you're going to need to make sure you get the item via get via internet. Once you've gotten that, or once you check for mystery gifts, just literally check all of these until you get what you got to get. So I guess in this case, you will not need, I'm just stupid. There you go, I got TM223's gift, so I don't need that. But you're going to see here, most likely get via internet or check mystery gifts. If you do these, you're going to probably see like, I guess check mystery gifts is just see the old ones. But yeah, if you just go via internet, that's how you get it, okay? Number one thing. Sorry, I'm doing this like a little bit flustered. It's really warm in my room right now. But if we go back out, I want to show you how you actually start the event. So that's the number one thing that people are confused about, is how do you actually get this event started? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, actually. I think all you really got to do is you make sure you do this, right? So fly over to Kitakami in this case, because that's where the event takes place. So if you go over to Kitakami, you can zoom out, and you got to just fly to, not Kitakami Hall, you got to fly over here to Masuya Town. So if you go to Masuya Town, you fly here, you can just simply go over to one of the shops. If you go over to the shop, you will notice that the little toy will not be there anymore. But of course, it's going to be here now because I don't have the item on this save file. I do not have it. So if I go there, I will not notice it. But you will see it for yourself, though. You'll see that it is still there. But what's going to happen is once you have the item, if you go over here to Peachy's shop, this is Peachy, you'll see that little toy right there. See that toy? Like that little like purple toy right there? See, that one needs to disappear. If that's disappeared, that means the event has started. If you go here and you kind of interact with this place, what's going to happen is you're going to get a call from your friends back in Paldea, and then the event is actually going to begin. And then it's just going to be a story, and you can follow the story along. Like I said, I'm going to be also playing the story live on stream tomorrow or tonight, whenever it comes out, because, again, I'm not too certain about those times that we got there. I'm not sure how, like, real they are and how accurate they are. I literally do not know. That's something I'm not totally sure of, so I will point out that I am not 100% certain of those times being correct, but they should be correct, especially if Makio and them are giving them out, because, yeah, they should be the correct times. But basically, that pretty much summarizes that, guys. The event is pretty decent, I would say. I actually really enjoyed it. It's a nice way to conclude everything, and it's going to involve a lot of the characters that you've seen so far in your journey. So all your friends are going to be showing up and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting. It's really fun. I really enjoyed it. Again, I'll be playing it tomorrow once more, but I think you guys should definitely give it a try. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, and bye-bye, ladies and gents.